The office was supposed to be empty by this hour. The lights were dimmed, the hum of computers replaced by a heavy silence that made every breath feel louder than it should have. I told myself I was only staying late to finish the report, that the quiet helped me think. But the truth was harder to admit. I stayed because part of me wondered if he would still be here too. I heard footsteps before I saw him. Slow, unhurried, familiar enough to make my stomach tighten. When I looked up, he was standing in the doorway, jacket off, sleeves rolled up, his tie loosened like he'd been fighting with it all evening. His eyes met mine, and for a moment neither of us spoke. The air between us felt charged, like something fragile that could shatter with a single word. "You're still here," he said softly, as if speaking louder might break the spell. "So are you," I replied, trying to sound casual, trying to ignore the way my pulse jumped. We both knew this was dangerous. We both knew why we avoided being alone together. He was my senior, my mentor, the man everyone trusted and respected. And I was supposed to be nothing more than a colleague. But feelings don't always respect rules, and desire doesn't care about consequences. He stepped inside, closing the door behind him. The click echoed louder than it should have. My throat went dry. "I was heading out," he said, though he didn't move. "But I saw your light on." I nodded, pretending to read something on my screen even though the words blurred. I could feel him watching me. That familiar, intense look that always made me feel seen in a way no one else ever had. "You should go home," I said. "It's late." "So should you," he replied. His voice was closer now. Too close. I stood up, pushing my chair back, suddenly aware of how small the room felt. "I just need 5 more minutes." He smiled slightly, not amused but conflicted. "You always say that." Something in his tone made my chest ache. I turned to face him, and the space between us vanished. I hadn't realized how close we were until my back brushed against the filing cabinet behind me. I froze. He froze too. Neither of us moved, but everything shifted. "I shouldn't be this close to you," he said quietly. My heart pounded so hard I was sure he could hear it. "Then step back." He didn't. Instead, he lifted his hand, stopping just short of touching me, like he was giving himself one last chance to pull away. "Tell me to leave," he said. "And I will." I opened my mouth, but the words wouldn't come. All I could think about was how long I'd been pretending I didn't feel this. How many late nights I'd spent replaying our conversations. How many times I'd caught his gaze and looked away too quickly. "I can't," I whispered. That was all it took. His hand dropped to the cabinet beside my head, caging me in. The warmth of his body pressed closer, not quite touching but close enough to steal my breath. My mind screamed that this was wrong, that this could ruin everything. But my body betrayed me, leaning into the heat, craving what I'd denied myself for so long. "This is a mistake," he murmured, his forehead resting lightly against mine. "Then why does it feel like this?" I asked, my voice trembling. He exhaled, a shaky sound that sent a shiver through me. "Because I've wanted you since the first day you walked into my office." My breath caught. "You never said anything." "I tried not to," he admitted. "I tried to be better than this." His fingers brushed my arm just barely, like a question. The touch sent electricity through me. I should have pulled away. I should have stopped him. Instead, I closed the distance between us. The kiss wasn't rushed. It was hesitant, almost reverent, like we both understood the weight of what we were doing. His lips were warm, firm, and when they moved against mine, the world outside that room disappeared. I felt years of restraint unravel in seconds. When we finally pulled back, we were both breathing hard. His eyes were dark, searching my face like he was memorizing it. "We can't do this again," he said, though his hands still rested on my waist. I laughed softly, a broken sound. "You don't sound convinced." He shook his head. "I'm not." He kissed me again, deeper this time, his control slipping. My hands found his chest, gripping his shirt as if I needed something solid to hold on to. He pressed me gently back, my shoulders against the cabinet now, his body shielding me from everything else. Every touch felt forbidden. Every second felt stolen. And that only made it more intense. When he finally stepped back, it felt like waking up from a dream. He ran a hand through his hair, pacing once like he needed distance to think. "This can't happen at work," he said. "We have to be careful." I nodded, even though my heart protested. "I know." He looked at me, then really looked at me, and the softness in his expression almost undid me. "I don't regret this," he said. but I'm scared of what it could cost you. I smiled sadly. I'm scared too. He walked me to the door, stopping just before opening it. Tomorrow, he said, we act like nothing happened. And after that? I asked. He hesitated, then leaned in, brushing a kiss against my temple. After that, we figure out how to live with wanting something we're not supposed to have. As I watched him walk away, I knew my life had changed. Not because of the kiss, but because of the truth it revealed. Desire doesn't ask permission. Love doesn't wait for perfect timing. And sometimes, the most dangerous things are the ones that feel the most right. That night, I went home knowing one thing for certain. No matter how hard we tried to stay away from each other, the line had already been crossed. And nothing about the office would ever feel the same again.